Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the L.A.M.E Book Club podcast. My name is Melissa.
I'm Ellie.
And, I have a new saying, Ellie. I forgot to tell you.
Okay.
One of our followers, Lisa, commented on our YouTube video a few weeks ago. I was going to say it last week, and then I just totally forgot. So, you guys, this is the end of the book. So, this is a good one. There's a lot happens. And I also just want to say, Ellie, congratulations are in order for us both this week. A few different theories that we both had come to fruition in this one. So I won't be as insufferable this week as I was last week, but I think both of us will be just slightly insufferable. And
just slightly.
Rightly so.
Feels good to get something right.
But anyways, instead of saying buckle up, our Lisa gave me a new thing to say. She's like, I don't really mind the buckle up. She goes, but the only alternative I know is let's rock and roll buttholes. And I like that way more.
No.
I think that's hilarious. So
that's a jump
let's rock
scare.
and roll
No.
buttholes. This is a good one.
Yuck. I'm glad this is the last one because I hope you forget that moving forward. That's
I will
gross.
never. And thank you everyone who follows us on social media, subscribes on YouTube. If you don't already, you can do so. We're at L.A.M.E Book Club Pod on just about everything. If you have an Apple device, leave an iOS device, which I think is exclusively Apple, right?
I don't know. I don't know the terms.
I don't tech.
I just
but
nod,
I'm pretty sure.
like listen. Mm-hmm.
If you have access to Apple Podcasts, which means you have an iPhone, leave us a written review because that is the only place you can write written reviews.
And we'd love it.
Yes, we do.
And friends, we still have merch. We have totes and we have stickers, and they're selling like hotcakes. So get yours now. Extra. You can find them on lamebookclubpod.com. That is hard for me to say every week. I feel like I trip over that. lamebookclubpod.com.
Which is insane because it's ours.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy work. But if you're part of our Patreon, you'll get 15% off both totes and stickers. And if you're part of our Patreon, that means you get a shout out. So today we have McKinley. Welcome.
Welcome, McKinley. I am surprising Ellie with this one. I did not put it on our outline for us to talk about. But Ellie, I'm going to do a let's get personal question for us today.
Okay.
Which if you're part of our Patreon, you know this is what we do in our Patreon episodes. We don't generally do it on our Mondays, but mine is very specific, and I will tell you why in a minute. But Ellie, what was your dream last night?
Dude, that's so funny. You should ask. I had a dream that I absolutely leathered my sister, like battered her. And it's because, and if she's listening, I love you so much. It's not you, it's me. But I had a dream that I was going to the bathroom. I don't know what this says about me, but I was going to the bathroom and she swings the door open and outside of the room are her and a bunch of her friends. And they all start pointing and laughing at me going pee. And I was like, what the And so I slam the door back closed. I pull up my pants. I walk out there and I just slap them all across the face. So mad. But that was my dream. What was yours?
Honestly, I was really expecting you to say, oh, I don't remember. And then I was going to go, well,
never. Never.
I had just such a weird dream and I really wanted to talk about it. I feel like I'm in a slump with television right now. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of TV shows that I'm interested in watching that I haven't already watched or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, I already watched the first 2 episodes of season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty. That I watched Wednesday when it came out. So can't do anything until next week about that one.
Are we still team bellyfish? Jellyfish?
I don't know. He's made some pretty major flops already in these first 2 episodes. Have you watched them?
No, not yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever be team Conrad. Here's a hot take, and I'm probably people are gonna come at me for this, and just don't. All right, it's subjective. I don't know if I will ever be team Conrad on the show because of who they casted as Conrad. Yeah. I just don't think he does a very good job at being Conrad.
Oh,
he also kind of looks like Pennywise to me, so that kind of.
Well, truth be told, actually, in the books, I read those are my favorite books growing up. And I was Team Jeremiah. I felt like I knew Conrad was always going to be endgame, but I was really Team Jeremiah. So
I think you're the only person that I've heard that has said from like a book's perspective, you were still Team Jeremiah. Like everyone, like book wise, was like, oh, super Team Conrad. But I don't know. I'm intrigued by the concept of the show. There's something about it, and it's dumb, but I love it. It's like my guilty pleasure. But all that to say, I feel like I haven't had a lot going on. So my whole family actually has been rewatching the Harry Potters.
Oh, nice. Love those.
I've only ever really watched them like once. And so I have been more into them than anyone else watching them.
Yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter, I think, lately. And I had a dream last night that I was in my own Muggle version of the Triwizard Tournament, essentially. It was like if Clue and the Triwizard Tournament had a baby, that's what happened in my dream last night. And Voldemort...
Melissa, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?
I did. No, there was no goblet, unfortunately. But there was just like lots of riddles and for whatever reason, I was like Harry. I was the only one who could find the riddles, but they were so long and I was having a hard time figuring them out. And, I knew Voldemort was behind it. No one else believed me, but like, I knew Voldemort was giving me
You really got to wear Harry's shoes for a whole dream.
No one
believed me.
No one knew. No one was like, yeah, right. Because there was like element of realism too. Cause like in my dream, they're like, Melissa, that's a movie. And I'm like, you guys are you not seeing this? Like it's magic. And anyways, I woke up with real tears running down my face because the last thing I remembered was Voldemort had stabbed my 5-year-old's guinea pig in the chest with his wand, and she was like bleeding out.
That's not funny. What's your guinea pig's name?
Rooster. And she squeaked at me, Ellie. I kid you not. She squeaked at me, and it sounded like, help me. And I looked at my mom, because like, you heard that, right? Like she said, help me. And I'm bawling. She's dying in my hands. And I woke up with real tears. And I actually went and picked up the guinea pig and like held her for a little bit.
Oh no.
I didn't realize how much I liked the guinea pig until this morning when I was sad about her dying from Lord Voldemort.
Yeah. You know, it takes those dreams sometimes to just appreciate what you have.
It sure does.
Don't let Voldemort attack your animals. Give them a tight hug today.
Give a PSA, everyone. Hug your guinea pigs.
With that, give me our spoiler warning for today.
All right. Well, there really isn't a spoiler warning for today because we're going through the end of the book. So, spoiler, the whole book is fair game.
Love it. And without further ado, let's begin. Last time on the L.A.M.E Book Club podcast, Wren picked up her mystery bag for her part in the uprising attack during the Silver Jubilee. Also, Jubilee is such a gross word to me. It's not gross. It's just one of those words I don't love.
Could not agree more with you. It's not, there's something about it that I'm like, if I went the rest of my life without saying the word Jubilee, I'd live a good life.
The Jubilee to me is cherries Jubilee only. It's a dessert. Jubilee is like, let's dance, let's have fun. This is a joyous time. We're in Jubilee. No.
Well, it's actually funny. The only Jubilee that I don't think I've ever heard of Cherry's Jubilee. The only Jubilee I know of is Silver Jubilee, but the only context I've ever heard it in was the 25th wedding anniversary.
Actually, au contraire, my friend. I'm going back through Bridgerton right now, the show as well as the books. And in the show, they talk about having many Jubilees, so you have heard it there as well. It just
I must have trauma blocked it out because I don't remember that.
Well, chapter 49. The Jubilee is starting soon, and Wren is given specific instructions from the uprising to set up charges. The charges were what were inside the mystery bag, inside of the caterer's quarters to create what she assumes will be a decoy explosion, since it's going to end up being a pretty small fireworks show and not enough to actually hurt anyone. She notes that at this stage in her elite career, with the command, her movements are hardly ever questioned. Well, not today. She sets up the chart. It's so funny that Danny Francis wrote that in when specifically in this moment she was about to be questioned. She sets up the charges and is heading out when she hears footsteps directly outside the door. The doorknob turns and in walks. Were you expecting this? Because I wasn't.
Not even a little bit. My jaw hitteth the flooreth when this happened.
In walks Jade Valance. What a twist.
What a twist.
Jade asks her what she's doing and then closes the door behind her. Wren tries to play it cool because the charges she set are so well hidden that there's no way Jade would see them. But as she gives her excuse and tries to step around Jade, Jade does not move, solid as a rock. She continues to block the door.
Solid
Jade
as
follows.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And he's back twice, 2 times in a week. Jade follows with these words, "It's very rare that I misjudge people. Wren, baby, you are so cooked." Jade says she saw Wren set the charges. So I was like, how could she possibly have seen Wren set the charges? The door was closed. And as Wren starts to deny, Jade reaffirms that her mind has never failed her. Duh. She saw her with her precog. So I was like, oh,
I'm so glad you said that because that's exactly what how I was thinking. I'm like, she wasn't in the room. She didn't see you. Just deny. And then I was like, oh, crap. I forgot mind reading was part of her ability.
She's got a third eye. However, Jade isn't so much interested in the fact that Wren betrayed the command as much as she's interested in how Wren controlled her mind from her. Wren continues to deny as she sends an SOS to Cross, who says, "I'm on my way. I'm on my way, baby.
I'm on my way, baby girl."
It's then that Wren notices Jade never called for backup. She starts to question it, but realizes that it's due to Jade's hubris. And if you're like me, and you just ignored that word because whatever. But then, believe it or not, I am not kidding you, it came up again within the week. Somebody said it, and I was like, since when is this a word that people just use? So I looked it up because I'm not going to just continue to live in arrogance or to live in just bliss. And I'd like to be better than other people to know things. So it turns out the irony, hubris means arrogance. They're basically interchangeable.
Oh my gosh. What are the odds that came up again this week for you? But again,
I know, exactly.
I feel like you and I are so simpatico with reading this chapter. I too I read it, actually, my pseudo dyslexia, the self-diagnosed, kicked in. I read it as
humorous.
Yes, humorous. And then I was like, no, that's not it. So then I read it again and I read it hubris correctly. But unlike you, my hubris got in the way and I was like, what a weird flex to be talking about that bone in your arm. And then I realized that's not a hubris either. And I simply don't know what the word means. So I looked it up.
Well, if you're like us, we got your back. It means arrogance. So why? Just say arrogance, honestly. It's 2025.
No, I liked it.
Well, due to hubris, confidence, and probably embarrassment that Jade messed up the first time. That is the reason she did not call for backup. So Jade wanted to handle Wren on her own. She commands Wren to unholster her gun and knife and kick them to her, then tells her that her visions are very detailed. She's going to know every move that Wren's going to make, which gives us some insight on the book's version of precog. I felt like that was helpful.
Yeah.
What was your theory from last week? Was it that Cross was precog and he was lying about his abilities?
No. I think you said that. I just said that I think I didn't think he was lying when he said he doesn't think he's very powerful and that telepathy is his only gift. But I just think he is more powerful than he realizes, but he just he's never practiced. He's never tried to link with anyone other than Wren.
I thought we had talked about somebody who was precog and we were like, wouldn't that be interesting? Because now looking back at the book, you can see where like they made all the right choices.
You said that, but then you were like, wait, no, because then he would have known who Wren was.
Okay. So let's just scratch the rest of this then. But I was curious if like this helped prove that theory, but there was no solid theory. So just guys, forget everything I've said to this point right now. Then Jade penetrates Wren's mind. This normally sends a shock worth 500 volts. I don't know what that means.
Measurement
is.
Nothing to me.
I'm a girl, but I can
sounds like a lot.
assume painful. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like, I don't know. I also wouldn't be surprised to find out if my electric toothbrush was like 300 volts. So who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking that's like you trip the breaker and then like you go to flip the thing and it explodes. Like that's the level of shock. But that could be 6 million. That could be 40. I don't know volts. So,
I'm Googling it actually.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm going to continue and then just cut me off when you find the answer.
You got it.
So she sends that shock, but Wren doesn't react. And Jade is so curious as to why. Wren confirms, like, yeah, I felt the shock. I just ignore it. And then she recognizes Jade is so distracted while she's reading her decoy mind. So she takes that time to reach out to Cross again, who is still on his way. Boys, am I right? Jade makes it past the decoy. Jade makes it past the decoy mind into Wren's real mind, and I'm freaking out here because I was like, this is going to get nuts. And Wren realizes that there's no harm in trying at this point. That's when Jade verbally answers, trying what? And Wren slams against her mind, Jade's mind. She keeps at it until Jade's shields crack, and this was weird. Wren says, for some reason, her shield looks gold now. I need you for this part because I need to deep dive this.
Yeah, go for it. Should we talk about the voltage first? Because I have it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about the voltage.
All right. So, good news. Your electric toothbrush is not 300 volts. 500 volts is considered relatively high voltage, particularly in a household or in low voltage applications. However, it's a common voltage in medium voltage systems. But a
None
medium... So
I need
Well, here we go. Like it's not like a power line that is like hundreds of thousands of voltage.
Okay.
But it is potential. It poses a safety risk, and it does say contact with 500 volts can cause serious injury or even be fatal. So, interesting.
Okay. So it's got to be painful then.
It's a lot of juice. Yeah.
That's a lot of juice for the squeeze. Okay. I'm going to back up a little bit. So Wren is breaking into Jade's shields, right? And she says, for some reason, her shield looks gold now. We've seen this before, right? Where Wren's seen gold in somebody's mind.
I don't know.
Because
I can't remember if it's seeing gold in her mind, but they talk about how her eyes are gold.
I thought that too, but no. I really thought... And here's where I'm all kinds of mixed up. This is the issue with doing a book club podcast. I can't remember if it's this book or if I'm mixing up my books because we've been reading a few while we've been doing this. But I feel like in this book, guys, comment if you know, that she has seen gold in someone's mind before. And it was like a hint towards something. I just cannot remember for the life of me.
I don't remember that being in this book. However, I don't have enough hubris to say that it's not possible.
There we go.
I don't know. I don't think I used. I don't know if I used that. I think it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think you did.
I have enough self-awareness to recognize that I forget details often. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't remember her saying gold in someone's mind in this book, though.
I'm gonna shoot. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well. She notes the bright flecks dancing through her head, and whether or not this was mentioned before, I do think this is an Easter egg to the next book because this was so weird. She breaks through, but Jade doesn't react, and Wren is confused, saying, "I didn't get the feeling she mastered those 500 bolts." Curious. So Wren's just able to slip into. Well, and another thing, remember when Wren was reading Lyddie's mind? Does that send a shock to, in the very beginning, because Lyddie was like, I'm not good enough. Does that send a shock to prime minds?
I was just about to say, I think it's different with a prime and a mod because a prime wouldn't know what it felt like. Okay. Whereas a mod would recognize a link. So I think it's just with other mods, but I don't know if that's been clearly... I can't remember now that if that. Look at us.
I don't think
we were like so. Now the last chapters of this book, I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. But like before this, I'm like, nah, it's on page 832. It said this. Like,
look, I All I'm saying is this got a little confusing because my mind is jello right now. I was
You
like,
are fragmented,
I'm sure I've
and
seen
so-
this before. Yeah, that's what happened. Well, all that to say, that was curious too, that she's able to slip into Jade's mind without her even, I think, knowing. Crazy. Wren tries to incite, telling Jade to lower her weapon. Lightweight, no reaction. Jade starts her syndrome villain monologue. You got me monologuing. And confirms that mods are not her people. She's like, I'm not fighting against anyone that I care about. These people aren't my people, especially not the ones in the uprising. She says that they, quote, corrupt minds. But she also says that she wants Wren. So then Wren's like, I'm just going to try inciting again, resulting in a slight lowering of the gun from Jade. They let us know that when one incites, the recipient doesn't hear them, like they don't hear the command. They just know that they want to do what they're being commanded. Yeah. Jade continues on her monologue, telling Wren to work for her, switch sides. And finally, Wren's like, I'm not going to work for you. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever.
And Wren remembers in that moment what Uncle Jim said about saying your command out loud. She does, and Jade obeys. Wren tells her to raise the gun to her head and pull the trigger. Dun, dun, dun. Chapter 50. And oh, the shame.
I'm so glad I didn't say anything and just let you keep going with it.
The weight of her actions crushes Wren. She turned on My Chemical Romance and got so emo so fast.
Honestly,
crying in the shower. Yeah.
How easy is this for me to say? Being a girl who's reading this book and not actually doing any of these actions. Mm-hmm. But at what point is Wren not gonna feel shame or guilt after every life-saving measure she takes? Like, she killed Bryce, self-defense on accident, was gutted over it. And I get it. But like, again, this one, if she didn't kill Jade, Jade was going to maybe not physically kill her, but like her life was going to be ruined. And I'm not advocating for death, but like, it's not like she's Ro and just going around killing people. Like, she had ample reason to. And I'm just like, I'm glad she has a moral compass and that she feels bad about it. But I don't want to keep reading about it, I guess. And that's on me. I feel like.
You're not going to hear any arguments from this peanut gallery because I completely agree. Well, Cross is conveniently there, but too late, too little, in my opinion.
Too late,
there
too
nonetheless. He takes the scene in and he's just like, all right, so what happened? And Wren admits that she incited Jade. Cross takes a mental lap and then says, okay, I've got this. He calls Xavier and then tells Wren to go get ready for the party because in every book, in every war, in every battle, in every crisis, there is always time for a what?
A ball.
A ball. So she fights him for a minute and then she realizes, no, he's right. I do need to go to the ball. We do need to make appearances.
I need to dance and drink the punch.
I need to dance the night away. Well, Wren realizes that she told Lyddie, so she goes back to her room. She realizes she told Lyddie that they could get together and get ready. But only after Lyddie sent an alert saying that she's on her way does Wren actually remember that. Only seconds later, Lyddie pops through the door, it's unlocked, and sees Wren, who is in nothing but undies. And Wren thinks about how grateful she is that that her underwear covers her blood mark entirely that's on her leg. And I'm like, sweetie, are we in boxer briefs?
Are we in boxer?
Why? What?
Or just boxers in general?
Which is fine. But I was like, a choice, I think.
They're
Lyddie
just
sees
not
Wren.
Comfortable, in my personal opinion.
No, putting those on under pants.
I could never.
Shorts under jeans.
I don't care how tight they are. Though I was a volleyball player. Those are spandex. Those are not undies.
Were you a volleyball player? I don't remember that.
They were a little bit. I was also a cheerleader. Those were spandex. Those are not undies.
Good gracious. While Lyddie sees Wren and is shocked that her legs bear no scarring, but is absolutely grossed out that Wren let an aberrant healer touch her. Cue my heartbreak. I was like, Lyddie, I thought we've grown a little bit.
I know. I kind of on it. Well, I forgot that Lyddie wasn't there either time Ellis was mentioned so far in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first time it was just the two of them, and then the second time it was just for an elite thing, so Lyddie wouldn't have been there. Because I, as the gentle reader of the ton, am so familiar with Ellis at this point, and I forget that she wouldn't even. I don't even know if she would have ever even seen him at this. Like truly.
No. Yeah. So crazy. Well, then Wren was just like, well, the aberrant healer had to touch everybody. Like it was a whole thing for elite. So don't freak out.
It wasn't just me.
But then Wren's box of briefs slide up just a wee, and Lyddie clocks the mark that she has. She starts asking what it is, and Wren brushes it off. But then Lyddie, in very, I like that the book said this, very un-Lyddie-like manner, lunges at Wren and pulls the fabric up, revealing the blood mark. So horrified.
Let's in layman's terms, let's just talk about, explain what happened. Lyddie attacks Wren, gives her a front wedgie, pulls up her undies, and sees the damning blood mark.
I do think that's assault. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Horrified, Lyddie starts flipping out, and Wren scrambles to cover her bases. She tells Lyddie that they know, as in Cross and the General. She's like, they know. She says they recruited her when she was in lower school, and she's been loyal to the company her whole life. It's all a part of her cover, her being here, everything. Lyddie, still obviously doubtful, asks Wren what her ability is, to which Wren answers telepathy and she can heal. That was so odd to me.
Yeah, but she had to add in more because she wouldn't have a blood mark if she was just telepathic. Like
that's true. But then just say like I can project and, like there's other powerful. Easy ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but she's gonna, I don't know, like I guess healing would be like an easy one to, it feels less, I understood why she did that. Like she's already lying. Why not keep adding on to it? It feels like the least harmful power.
Yeah. Well, and that's what Wren said. She's like, I'm here to heal, not destroy.
Yeah. And so I got it.
But weird thing to add in. And so I felt like it's going to come up again, not in this book, but maybe in the next, because that was so left field to me.
The only reason it didn't make sense to me, her adding it, is because if I were Lyddie, clearly she's smart enough to be into intelligence. I would have been like, then why didn't you just heal your scar? Like, why did this other guy have to heal it?
True.
That to me was like the biggest like about doing it. And at that point she probably would have lied and be like, well, I can't heal myself, Lyddie. But I don't know.
Well, Wren tells Lyddie that Cross hasn't told the unit about her abilities yet. And on that note, Ivy comes in asking what they're talking about. None of this was on my bingo card. She walks into her room. Wren still has a boxer brief front wedgie and is like, I can't with everything that's happening right here. Lyddie doesn't waste a moment before she spills everything that just happened to Ivy. And I was like, that's insanely rude what you just did. One of your quote unquote best friends. I know. Crazy work.
The girl Ivy who was supposed to go with you to meet your family that weekend.
Ivy is stunned, and Wren goes through the story again for her. She likens herself to Jade, Valance, Ellis, and the other loyalists, and doubles down on the idea that she can heal. Lyddie steps back from Wren as Wren takes a step forward, and Wren's like, if I wanted to hurt you, don't you think I would have done that like 1,000,000 times over? I had so much time.
Yeah.
And Wren insists on Lyddie remembering how they were and recognizing that Wren is a good person. She makes Lyddie promise not to tell a soul about what she is until Command reveals it. And Lyddie finally agrees, but Ivy is gone before Wren can make her promise the same thing.
And can I just say something? At this point in the book, with everything that's happened with Ivy and everything, not for a 1 second did I think Ivy was going to do anything about this. And I don't even know why.
Really?
I can't explain it. There is not, and for all intents and purposes, like, yeah, she's going to go tell someone. She didn't promise crap. And quite honestly, they're not that close. I just like, she still, as far as we know, hasn't said anything about them being together, like seeing Cross come out of her room. And they kind of did bond a little bit in the train car. And so
They did. They went through that whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just like, I'm not saying they're good friends or anything. I don't know. I just don't think she's going to do anything about it. Like, I think she's going to, or she's going to like think about it before. She's not going to be impulsive and just go and tell someone. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I thought she was going to, but that's just a me.
Well, that's what I think that's what is wanting to, I feel like that's how it was setting it up. Like,
yeah.
But,
and maybe I'm just a sucker. I just fall for it. Well, chapter 51, Wren walks through the Jubilee ballroom and is scanning the crowd for Ivy. Cross isn't linking with her, and she's growing more worrisome. She thinks that he might be pissed at her and goes on to mentally debate that she didn't set out to kill Jade today. She couldn't have foreseen this because, quote, well, I'm not a precog. And that seems so
AKA
pointed.
You are.
Yeah, I dare to think. You just might be. Finally, Cross links with her and tells her that he's on his way. Wren's like, cool. And also Lyddie and Ivy know about me because they saw my blood mark. Cross, who may not have been so pissed before, is so pissed now, saying she never should have removed her scars. And I'm just like, I'm going to double down. That was outrageously dumb, and I stand on business, like J. Beebs, that is not good writing. For her to just spontaneously be like, I'm going to heal myself as an act of love. You could have easily just had 2 more pages in this book and been like, she got scarred, like, even worse. It had to be healed. I don't know. There had to have been a reason. This was elective. And now she's screwed. Thank you. You're not clocking what I'm saying. I love that bit.
That was a good reel.
She tells him the backstory that she made up, and he's just like, WTF, Wren. And Wren says she may need to just count her losses and leave. She says Lyddie loves her and trusts that she'll keep her secret, but Ivy is a different story. And Cross is like, you are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
At that moment, Wren catches a glimpse of Adrienne at the Jubilee. Before she can follow that white rabbit, Cross telepathically tells her that she looks beautiful. She looks up, and he's striding towards her, as handsome as ever. He says the green she's wearing makes her witchy eyes look even yellower. I'm going to say it. She's a witch. I'm calling it.
I mean, they casually mentioned werewolves already. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Please. There is
that
fantasy
feels like
in
something
this book.
for another book, but
you know, what a turn. I really feel like what a turn that would be. Well, Wren suddenly spots Ivy watching her and Cross suspiciously. But there is no time to dawdle because the general enters the room, collects his sons to join him on stage like wee ducklings, and starts to give a speech. This speech was
into like a Scottish wench, talk from dawdling and then talking about collecting your sons like wee ducklings.
I am very inspired by the Scottish phrasing.
It.
The speech was crazy work. I loved this. I loved this writing. Too. I thought it was insane because I thought I was reading something weird. I was like, I think I'm having a stroke.
I was like, I think I got a misprint.
Yeah. It was indeed the general who was having a stroke.
Yeah,
he starts off strong, but goes way off the mark. He comes back, loses the plot again. It was wild. You had to be there. But Wren realizes his mind is fragmenting in real time in front of her, as if someone was corrupting it. She remembers Jade's words.
Yes.
Yeah. And realizes that this has to be Adrienne. Travis tries to cover this mess with his dad by saying that they have a little blood pressure problem on their hands. So smart.
No, it's not. Let me tell you, as coming from someone who has had, specifically in pregnancy, blood pressure issues, it's never made me lose my mind and start babbling.
But too little too late once again. He continues to tell people his father will be fine, and all of a sudden, there is an explosion.
Chapter 52, Chaos erupts, but fear not, Wren is not concerned, since she knows there won't be any more explosions, which honestly completely counteracts what you were just talking about, because earlier she was like, well, I know that these are just decoys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then what did she think was gonna, like, and now she's like, oh, okay, cool, my bombs went off. We're in the clear. Nothing else is gonna happen.
No.
Like, what are you talking about? You just talked about earlier about how you knew that they were, like, gonna be good decoy, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But also the way that that's phrased sounds exactly like there will be more that she just doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Plus, she's too busy tracking Adrienne to care too much anyways. Adrienne is moving slowly, and Wren demands to know what she did to the general. But then she notices how physically weak and ill Adrienne looks. Adrienne tells her that she's like, no, this is normal. I just need a second.
Mm-hmm.
Wren tries to ask her again what she did, but Adrienne deflects by saying, it's not the time, Wren. Like, I need to find my rendezvous point and my point person. But Wren will not let it go. She asks for a third time, this time adding in the phrasing corruption when asking her, and Adrienne, like, freezes and asks where she heard that. When she won't give Wren any more information, Wren offers to help her to her rendezvous point. As they're making their way there, Wren still cannot let go of it. And so she asks again. And to be quite honest with you, Ellie, if I were Adrienne, this would make me seriously consider what value Wren is bringing to the uprising. Like, I'd be
Which
like,
I think she already has many a times.
exactly.
Really
I would have
the
been
deal.
like, I don't get paid enough to handle this. This is not my job. Was not in the job description. However, Adrienne decides to be a little bit more forthcoming this time. She tells Wren that it just happens naturally. It's like a matter of rewiring. She can't even explain it. She also admits that the ability is rare, even more rare than incitement. So I'm like, well, Wren, get ready to level up. Like, you're about to evolve as a Pokemon because guess what your next ability is?
I don't know. You say Pokemon funny.
Pokemon? What do I say?
Pokemon. You're going to level up as a Pokemon.
What is it? Pokemon?
I truly don't know the right way. I just like the way you say it.
Okay. Well, there's like a little like accent above the E, so it makes me feel like I really need to say it. Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, I'll do you one better. With a little tangent. So you know Labubu's, right? And you know how they're like the speculation of like,
them.
I don't either. But you know the speculation of like, oh, they're demonic and blah, blah, blah.
No, I literally don't know anything about them other than they are fugly.
Okay, so they have that little like creepy face.
Yeah.
There is some, I don't know the lore, but some maybe like leader of the demons or leader of Satan called Pazuzu or Pakuzu or something like that, but it's like similar to Labubu, but it has kind of the same face. And so people are like, just FYI, you let this into your home, you're opening up portals. It's crazy work. But all that to say, Grant saw some reels, and we're like in the car on the way to Costco, and out of nowhere, not talking about this at all, he goes, babe, Labubu's bad. Says it like that. And I was like, ew. I got the
A new ick was just unlocked for you, just like a new ability is about to be unlocked for Wren.
Pokemon. Yeah. But I have flamed him every single day, every hour on the hour. I'm like, Labubu's bad.
That's a great
Anyways, yeah, do with that what you will, but
well, suddenly, as the chaos seems to be dying down, another explosion goes off. And this one is significantly larger scale because even though the explosion was not very close to them, Wren can still feel the shockwave ripple through the ground. As soon as she looks over to Adrienne is gone. All she sees is her driving away with whoever she was meeting. And I was like,
flames behind her.
Cold stone killer, that Adrienne. She just left her. But honestly, I mean, there's a lot happening. I get it. Wren starts running back to the building when someone gets in her way. Freaking row your boat is there. And there are so many things that have happened in the last couple of chapters that were just not on my bingo card. And let me say, what is about to happen right here also was not on my bingo card.
Man.
Ro is being annoying and cagey as per usual. But then he said, you really think I'm going to let you escape after you tried to blow up a command installation? And I froze just as much as Wren did, because I'm like, how the frickety frack does this boy know anything? Like, where is he getting this intel?
Here's where I was like, this has to be Ivy. Like, I thought that this is where this played in.
I didn't think that could have been, because they didn't know anything about her being a part of the uprising. They just saw her blood mark. So
yeah,
I'm like,
I suppose I would only assume because why would you be in command as just a normal aberrant? Like, of course you wouldn't want to just be a loyalist. Like, you'd have to have the mark, all that, and tell them straight.
Well,
I don't know.
But the story she fed them is that the general knows and recruited her. So like, and she's undercover, which is why she doesn't have the loyalist mark. I mean, it's fishy, but like, it's a big stretch to just be like, not only do I not believe you, now that I know you're aberrant, you're working for the uprising. Like, I don't know. It just did not make sense. I'm like, if that really is the connection, I'm going to be really annoyed, because that doesn't make any sense. Wren acts on instinct and tries to punch him, but she remembers from being in the program together that he's a skilled fighter, and he dodges her blow before landing one of his own in her ribs. Oh. But to me, at that point, I'm like, you're just admitting guilt here. Like, yeah. I don't know. Wren tells Ro that she's like, you don't want to do this. And he goes, au contraire, actually.
Contraire.
I absolutely do. He says that he wants to bash her aberrant brains into the concrete, and immediately, mentally, in her mind, Wren starts to blame Ivy. They fight some more, and he has the advantage, but then all of a sudden he like stops and gets up. A bunch of soldiers start swarming them, raising their weapons and pointing them at Wren. Ro says, show us where it is. But Wren's like, what? And like mid-sentence, like in response, she realizes that Ro isn't talking to her. He's talking to Lyddie. Lyddie freaking snitched on her. I know, and not Ivy. She tells Ro that it, quote unquote, is on her left thigh. And despite Wren's protests, one of the soldiers yanks up her dress. Again, another assault on her boxer briefs. Whatever.
Okay, real quick. At this point, yeah, I was off Ro being like a secret agent. Yeah. I was like, no. Smashing your aberrant brains in, that's not something one of us would say, I fear. And Lyddie being the betrayer, I saw it. Like, I know I was like, Ivy's gonna be the one, but as soon as Lyddie came in, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Yeah. I'm not that shocked, but man, that sucks. I really thought Lyddie was, like, we talked in the very beginning of this book. We said, I think Lyddie's gonna be the one that, like, her whole story changes because she's gonna just love Wren and understand. No. Well, Lyddie sucks.
We literally could not be more, simpatico in the sense that I was literally about to, I am going to start talking about that, but I felt maybe a little bit differently than you. But I do want to congratulate you, Ellie, winner chicken dinner. This was the big reveal for her. The blood mark, the damning blood mark. Yep. Your theory about that being her downfall. Yeah. Congrats.
I'm so mad about it though, but yeah.
I know it's dumb, but it worked.
It worked.
Lyddie looks at Wren with, and this is exactly what it says in the book, bone deep, spine chilling hatred. And I don't know why, but I mean, I know you said you weren't surprised by this. I was. I was surprised at the flip of the switch that I feel like Lyddie took. And I just really thought Lyddie would be cool about it when she found out. But I guess my assumed sleeping with a psycho will change a person. And I don't really, I don't really have any other reason to think that that's why she's reacting the way that she is, other than the fact that Travis is like getting in her head, like, and really like ruining things. I don't know, but I talk about that again a little bit later. So
from the beginning, when they brought in Amira to help the soldiers or the command with the shields, like that class, Lyddie was like freaking out, like, I don't want her anywhere near me, blah, blah, blah.
But that was like freaking out, like scared, not like bone deep, spine chilling hatred. That's where I'm like, there's a big shift. And because I'm with you. I mean, she's never been one that's like, I think I see them differently now. Like, she's never had that moment, but it's never been like sheer hatred. It's always been concern over what she doesn't understand is more of the reactions that she's been
Here's
giving.
my question. Do you think in the next book, because obviously I don't think we're going to get a redemption this quickly within this book, but do you think in the next book, if Wren faces Lyddie again, that Danny Francis would write it so that Wren had to kill Lyddie? Or do you think that there's going to be some, like, all in all, like, Lyddie realizes that the split, like, like, she has Wren. Mark my words, actually, I'm going to put my theory on this. Lyddie's going to have Wren in a compromising position where she's going to, like, have a knife up to her throat. Like, Lyddie's going to win. And then it's just all going to, like, flash back in her mind of all the times that they had together and how much she actually loves Wren. And she's going to be like, go before I change my mind.
I'm gonna land on the opposite side of that. I think Lyddie's gonna be dead. I think she's gonna kill her. I think she's gonna have that moment, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. Here's the thing though, it's hard to like theorize without knowing some of the, like, I would need to know. I want confirmation that she is sleeping with Travis first, because if she's not, then I might change, like, that might play a different role. And I want to know, like, there's some things I need to know before I'm like gonna take a solid stance on it, but like just throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks, I'm actually gonna say the opposite. Because I mean, Danny Francis has shown she's not scared of killing people off in this series.
Yeah,
and that would be a pretty brutal death for Wren. So I think I could totally see her including that, and it would suck. But
it would suck.
Well, Wren asks Ro if he's going to shoot her in the head now, but he says that he sadly has been asked to show restraint. So instead, she's being taken to the Stockade. And I want to know who asked her to show restraint. Is it Cross? Is it Travis? Who's asking this restraint? Which I don't think we actually ever get answers to, and that kind of sucks.
No.
Wren is finally able. She was also, I didn't mention this, but like, she was trying to link with Cross that entire interaction with Ro and Ivy or Lyddie and everything, and he was like crickets. Well, now that she's in the Stockade, she's finally able to link with Cross, and he's like, I'll be right there. But then hours go by and no Cross, and honestly this made me furious, mostly because it gave me real life PTSD. I love my husband more than anything in this world, but the man does not know what the concept of time or being on it. And I am a very on time person. Like I get, even if it's like a not important thing, if we're supposed to like just dinner with friends, casual, if we're supposed to meet at a certain time, if we are late, I get like the shakes. Like I can't handle it. But my dear sweet husband is 40 minutes late to everything. And so it is, anyways, it almost made me angry reading this, mostly because of personal trauma.
I fear the dynamic is opposite. I feel like I'm the one, I try to be on time, but typically I'm 5 to 7 minutes late to most things. And Grant is like, we have to go.
Well, see, and like 5 to 7 minutes, there's really not the end of the world.
No, I've had friends that have been like consistently 40 to 2 hours late, always. And that makes me so livid because it's like, do you not respect anybody's time at all? That's crazy.
For me, that's what it is. And I'm just like, you don't respect anyone. It's a respect thing. And I think that's my dad drilled into me as a kid that if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. And so but it was from a respect standpoint. He was like, this is the agreed upon time. You have to hold up your end of the deal. Like, and so that's where the anger comes from.
I'm going to throw in a little, Onyx. No, it's Fourth Wing, a Fourth Wing spoiler. So if you read that book, you're good. But if not, skip ahead 30 seconds. Knowing the desperation that Xaden has for Violet and how, like, just having read that more recently as a romantic book and how he just would literally burn the world to the ground for her. Nothing would get in his way. And then when it comes to Cross and Wren, him being like, I'll be there as soon as I can be, like, I'm on my way. And it's hours. And his excuse is like, I got caught up in meetings. I'm like, do you love her? If you were walking on a street, would she be the one on the outside towards the cars? I feel like it gives that level of like, I care about you, but I also just kind of like have to do my thing. I don't know. It's weird.
it's hard because like I see both sides. Like I get it.
Yeah.
Like on one end, does he? Because I'm with you. I'm like, if you're not forsaking all else and finding her, you don't actually love her. But at the same time, like, I think this book is a little bit more realistic.
It's more realistic. Exactly.
And
it's not
like,
as fantasy.
He has to keep up his no one knows that they're romantically involved, technically. And so like he does kind of have to save face and
but that's what I'm saying is like someone in these other books would be like, burn it all. I'm going for her. Identity be damned. Like, I don't care what anyone knows at this point. I have to get to her. Where he's more logical and like, well, I'm going to continue my cover, but I'm going to also try to save you and figure it out, but at a temperate level, which too relatable. Don't like it.
Exactly. I prefer the burn the world to the ground, but that's just me.
Yes.
Well, all Wren can do while she waits is think. So she thinks about the uprising and how Adrienne is able to corrupt minds. She wonders how many of the people that she saw in the hospital were simply fragmented or if any of them were actually corrupted. She wonders if some of them were primes or if mods, and if that were the case, how Adrienne could possibly okay with like experimenting on her own people. Not that was solely responsible, but like if it like how could she do that to another mod kind of situation? Mm-hmm. She then wonders if Cross's mom was corrupted rather than fragmented. Is she actually a prime, like Cross said, and just another casualty in the war between primes and mods?
Yeah.
She links with Cross again, and he says that he's in briefings because the uprising took out an entire quadrant on the base, including a hangar of fighter jets. Cross also tells her that his dad's brain is completely fried. He says that he's a hollow shell. So the tribunal appointed Travis as general, and he is now taking control. Dun, dun, dun. Here's the beginning of the big bad.
Props to you because you knew Travis was going to be
Thank you.
number one in the lead. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I will say, but then props are immediately taken away because I did think that Travis was going to kill the general. I did not think he was going to have his brain scrambled by a mod. And that's how Travis was going to rise to power. So
fair, yeah.
I guess half these for me. Wren goes back to thinking and starts thinking about Lyddie. She's also giving her the benefit of the doubt, thinking that she was probably feeling betrayed. But I'm like, girl, I don't know if I would be that forgiving that quickly. Like,
no, way
just
too
quite
reasonable.
honestly, like,
yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between she's feeling betrayed and she sentences you to death. Like, that's really what happened, essentially.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
I don't think you need to see it from her side at this point. I think that we all just kind of know she's very much in the wrong. End of story.
Yeah. And I think I kind of alluded to this earlier. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's what Lyddie was feeling was more than just betrayal. I really like think that Travis is starting to like lay eggs in her mind. Like I mentioned, like, I think that Travis is kind of, well,
what a description. I like it.
Thank you. Tell me if that does not describe it perfectly. It's gross, but it works. So
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, yes, your description works perfectly, but the concept, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, we all do crazy things for love, do we not? But to blame it all on the fact that Travis is the one being like, mods are disgusting, mods are terrible, no. We hate them. And she's like, you know what? I was on the fence, but now I agree. It's like, you have to make a choice for yourself. And she clearly made the choice for
I also
herself.
think, though, I'm thinking the more that I'm like feeling like them being together, I think she's obsessed with Travis, and I think Travis cares very little about her actually, and I wouldn't even be surprised if it came to the point where, because like it's less about, we know where she, like, what she thought, like she was never like pro mod, like I don't think it took a lot of convincing or even a lot of effort to change, like get her to a point where she is now. But I do think that a lot of it too is also going to be like, hey Travis, see what I did, like look what I found. Like I think that's a big part of it too. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, and maybe now that I'm saying this, I might be like changing my mind about Lyddie dying. I don't know if I will or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if we found out either that once it is confirmed that they are sleeping together, if he wasn't exclusively with her, like if she finds out that he was also with other people, and that's going to break her heart because she's like is obsessed, like super into him.
Okay.
Who knows? I am really getting into the weeds about something that hasn't even been confirmed yet. So we'll see. Take all of this with a grain of salt. Yeah, fair. Well, Wren hears a keypad buzz and Cross enters. He tells her they're not being recorded and shows her the jammer on his belt. He also tells her that Travis has declared war on all known mods, both slaves and loyalists. They're being rounded up.
Insane.
See, this is, I was not an iota of a bit surprised about any of this because I'm telling you, he's insane.
He's crazy.
They're being rounded up as they speak and sent to labor camps, except for some, because he says that he's going to let them live on a case-by-case basis. So some of them are still dying. Then Cross drops the bomb that Wren won't be so lucky because she has already been sentenced to death due to Lyddie not only snitching on her, but she also testified about seeing her blood mark. Mm-hmm. He asks if she's been in contact with anyone from the network, and she hasn't, but she tries linking again. She's finally able to connect with Adrienne, who essentially tells her, sorry, not sorry, we can't rescue you. And we're also going dark for a while. I know, a typical Adrienne response. However, Adrienne does say that while they can't send anyone to her, if Wren is able to get out, she's welcome at the Dagger, which is their base located beyond the Blacklands. You know, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Adrienne tells her that she's spoken to the Authority, who is the council that governs their base, and they've given permission for Wren to go since Wren was an asset in executing their mission. After some back and forth, they land on she being Wren. Like, if she can get there by foot, since airspace is being monitored, she'll link with Adrienne, and the uprising will then collect her. Chapter 53. Cross shows up the next morning again with a jammer and an arsenal of weapons to break Wren out of the stockade. They get into a car, and Cross tells her to stay down and takes her to another car where none other than Xavier Ford is waiting for them. When
you read Xavier, like, because Cross had called Xavier for help with Jade's body, and then Xavier Ford is waiting here, were you like, he's a mod too?
I don't know. I really didn't. I didn't know what to think. That wasn't my first thought, because at this point I'm just like trying to figure out what's going on, quite honestly.
Wait.
But Wren is immediately taken aback by all of this, though. And however, Cross assures, he's like, no, you can trust Ford. And then I was kind of like, why you're being weird about this? Maybe he is mod. Like, no, you can trust him. Like, okay. Ford drives them in silence, and Wren takes this opportunity to speak telepathically with Cross and tells him that she thinks the uprising properly corrupted his mom's mind. Wren admits that she doesn't have any evidence of this and says she isn't even sure if his mom is mod anymore, because like before she was so adamant about it. Yeah. But they can demand answers from Adrienne when they arrive at the uprising base. Cross doesn't answer right away, which immediately I was like, Cross isn't going. Oh crap.
Really?
Like, absolutely. When he was being Kate, because she was like, yeah, no worries though, we can just ask questions. And he wasn't like, yeah, that works. I was like, he's hiding something, and he is not going with them.
I didn't track that he wasn't going, but the entire time I was reading this, I was really shocked that he was going. Like, I was like, that was so quick for him for someone who wasn't willing to leave meetings to go get her.
Exactly.
This is really drastic of him to be like, okay, now I'm going to ditch everything to go with you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he didn't answer right away, but when he does, he simply says, so much for not harming civilians, which again, I'm like, he's avoiding the answer. Like he's being shady about his response, which is why I'm like, he's not going. Yeah. Wren understands his concern, but also tries to double back by saying she thinks it's a really rare ability and not something that's easily done, which is why so many primes still have their minds intact, which honestly, if I was Cross, would not be comforting at all, considering that it's not it is rare, not common, but two of the people it happened to like happened to are both of his parents. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel rare to me. Like, but the three of them finally reach the edge of the Blacklands, and Wren tries to comfort them, saying the Blacklands aren't too bad, but they're not picking up what she is putting down. They're like, yeah, right. We're not looking at the same thing. Wren thinks it's about a 7-hour walk from where they're at to the clearing, but doesn't know how long it will take after that. Xavier starts checking his supplies, and Wren's like, wait, are you coming with us? And if this were a movie, this is where I would imagine it would be super quiet and awkward, and they'd all be looking at each other, and it'd be like the Spider-Man like meme.
Yeah,
like, the three of them all pointing a gun at one another kind of thing.
The fog behind them.
Yes.
Gloss in her eyes.
Xavier looks at Cross and just says, "You haven't told her." And like I said, I knew that was coming. It did not surprise me one bit. There's no way he could just disappear without repercussions. But apparently Wren doesn't think so. She is in disbelief. And Cross tries to explain that he can't leave an entire continent in his brother's clutches. Either of them. And she was even like, wait, what do you mean? Like, Bro's not in charge? And he was like, yeah, well, Travis has never really kept a leash on him. So, like, he's going to have a lot more freedom and free reign. Something. Yeah.
I understand this. Like, I really do.
I know.
But I was just I was sad that he wasn't going. I get it, though, but I hate long distance. You know?
Yeah. Well, I just think he has a solid point. Wren says that she doesn't want to do this alone, and he points to Xavier, saying she won't be alone. Wren tries to argue that if she's staying here, like, he's like, I'm staying if you're staying, but Cross is like, absolutely not. Saying that if she does stay, she's going to die. He says that Travis thinks that she fooled Cross and seemed to get great pleasure out of that. Again, Travis is getting worse and worse the more this story goes on.
Honestly, it really set me off, the fact that he was like, I'm waging war against all mods and I'm going to kill as many as I can. Like, that was, I thought the general was bad and it really couldn't get much worse. Exactly. But I really was shocked that he said, loyalists too, all of you, like, you're all so disgusting, I'm done.
I just want to say that I'm not even a little bit surprised, and I've been saying this whole time that he's going to be worse than the general. And
he just didn't seem that bad at first. I'm just shocked that this is what was laying below the depths of his eyes.
Cross also admits that Travis thinks that they're romantically involved because someone reported seeing him leave her quarters. And once again, Wren is like, Ivy. But Cross is like, nay. Actually, it was Kane. and this is where I'm just like, Ivy, I was so wrong about Ivy. Yeah. I remember
that
saying
girl knows
that
how to keep her mouth shut.
Yes. My gosh. Well, more than that, I'm like, I just want to know why. And I hope we get answers, because again, I doubt we're going to get answers as to why. So I hope in the next book we learn more about, like, why did she decide to keep all this to herself? Like, what did she gain from it? And if she didn't gain anything, then what was the, like, I don't know. I want to know.
I don't think my prediction is I don't think she's going to gain anything. I think she's genuinely someone who's always teetered on the edge. Maybe she has, like, a connection with someone who was a mod, like maybe a mod friend back home, and is like, they're not as bad as we think, but I also want to, like, maybe originally just be close to Cross or whatever is why she joined or whatever.
Well, but the thing is
and
like,
that she doesn't full-heartedly believe.
She saw Cross leaving Wren's room well before she learned any of that, though, and she still didn't say anything. So I'm like, she didn't, that
might just be for like, looks, because if you were dating someone who was, like, high up in command and then they publicly broke up with you, like, everyone knows about it, and then you catch him with someone else, are you really going to be the one to be like, they're breaking the rules? That's embarrassing for everybody.
That's fair.
I would never. I'd keep my mouth shut.
I guess. I don't know. Well, Cross says that he played it off like to Travis as if Cross was just dropping something off to her for an op. And Cross is like, yeah, I think I convinced him. But I'm like, yeah, freaking right. This boy's smart.
No.
Like,
rumors about you being in a relationship, all of a sudden your girlfriend's gone and you just happen to need to drop something off. Travis is not gonna buy that.
No. I mean, she wasn't gone. It was just like, yeah, like you're leaving your room at like, you had to drop something off at 11 p.m. Like you had to. It couldn't have waited until the next day. And there's no reports of you dropping anything else off to anyone else. All right.
No.
Like,
I mean the fact that like that happened. There's rumors about them being in a relationship, but then on top of that, like Wren is now gone and she was scheduled to die. Obviously, Cross is involved somehow. Like Travis is gonna know that Cross is double teaming. Like he knows. He's got.
I'm even talking about
Cross
like
is in trouble.
Well, even before, because like he didn't necessarily give us any backstory about when all of that was reported. He's just now telling her that all of this happened. So I think it happened a while ago, quite honestly. And actually, I'm going to go so far as to say I think it happened before, when Wren was in the war room getting the coordinates for the cache for Adrienne, and she bumped into Travis, and he was like very much implying that he knew that they were together. I think it happened before that, because then Cross was like, oh, you know, like, don't worry. Like, I think I handled it way back then. But I'm like, yeah, right. Like Travis, even at that point, thought that they were involved. And I'll bet you that was after Sutler like snitched on them. So, but what I have more questions about is, why would Kane do that? Like, I don't know. I hope I want answers for that too, but we'll see. When Wren tries to argue that she might not even be, she's like, I don't even know if I'm going to be safe with them. Like, now that I know that they corrupt minds, like, are you really going to send me alone with that guy? Like, you have to come with me. Xavier is like, no. Like, you don't need to worry. Like, I'm going to be with you. And then Wren snaps at him, saying that she doesn't want him. She wants Cross. And I'm like, Miss Ma'am, I don't know what manners Jim taught you or didn't teach you, but where I come from, we don't yell at people who are risking their lives, reputation, and careers to protect someone when they have literally nothing to gain from it. Like, let's maybe take a step back here.
I did see that. Have you ever seen, I think it's maybe from American Horror Story, but Emma Roberts. It's a GIF. I'm sure I've sent it to you in the past, but it's one of my favorites. But she like bounces her shoulders like, I don't get what I want. Like that.
I don't think you've ever said that
have you
to
seen
me,
that?
actually.
Oh, I'll send it to you right after this. But that's what I like pictured Wren doing. Just like, I don't want you. I want him.
And like, I understand this high stakes, very emotional. Like I do understand all that, but I think it was incredibly petulant, her response to Xavier, and the way that she like snapped at him and said that. Because quite honestly, like if I were him, I'd be like, cool, I'm going back, because I actually don't even think, I don't know. And this comes up, I think I bring this up a little bit later. I can't remember, but I'm going to bring it up now regardless. I remember you had asked if I thought Cross or Xavier was a prime or a mod.
Yeah.
At this point really think he's just a prime. Like, I don't think he's a mod at all. It has not been mentioned or anything. So I'm like, I said,
came to that conclusion as well. Yeah.
Nothing to gain from this. Like, and he's willingly going to the other side. And I don't know. Like, I just was like, I get it. A lot of emotions, but I just think she needs to, like, she should have thought about that a little bit more before she said something.
Yeah, for sure.
Cross assures Wren that this isn't goodbye and that he will see her again, and reminds her that they can link whenever they want to stay in touch. Eventually, they have an emotional see you later before he jumps back on the motorcycle and leaves. And then Wren and Xavier enter the Blacklands. Chapter 54. Wren and Xavier are trekking through the Blacklands, with Wren trying to get Xavier to understand how different things are in here than they are in any elite op that they maybe have been on in the past. After the first Predator strike, he finally understands why and stops complaining about Wren taking the lead. Xavier asks her if she's really mod and says that it's hard to believe because she had hit it so well. He also says that he was more surprised to find out Cross was mod, admitting that Cross told him just last night. And honestly, something about this was just so sweet to me. I love this. His reaction to Cross being a mod was how I had assumed Lyddie was going to react.
Yeah.
Like, I just love that he trusts and cares for his friend that much that he's willing to do all of this for him. Like, we know he's not doing it for Wren. And so, like, I don't know, the friendship was so sweet.
Friendship's great, and it reminded me of the time that they fought each other in the pit, and when Ro was like, see that? He'll kill his friend in a heartbeat, a friend he's known his whole life. And as soon as Xavier was like, yeah, he told me last night, I was like, that is not a friend that he would ever kill in a heartbeat.
No,
guarantee.
well, even that fight in the pit, they were laughing as soon as it was done.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's just, I don't know, but.
The Blacklands, though, I got so many, what is it called? The woods that they go to in Princess Bride, the fire woods or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not really, Ellie, because I don't like that movie, and I've only ever watched it a couple of times. I've only seen like bits and pieces. It's not. I feel like everyone who likes it.
Fire swamp.
I feel like everyone. I feel like everyone who likes it, it's because it's a nostalgic. Like, they watched it as a kid, and now they... Because if you watch it for the...
movie.
I didn't watch it as a kid, and if you watch it for the first time as an adult, it sucks.
No,
it's
it
not
doesn't.
good. Her name is Buttercup. It sucks.
It's satire. Here I am with the Emma Roberts gif again. If you're listening and you're not driving, look it up on your phone. Literally in your gifs, just type Emma Roberts. It's the one with her in the pink fluffy jacket. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. She's like, But they go into this fire swamp, and it's all kinds of obstacles and craziness. There's like quicksand, there's fire popping up, there's rodents of unusual size. I just picture exactly that they're walking through, but darker. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love this too. I was just like, Xavier, did we just become best friends? Like, this was so tender and sweet. Xavier then goes on to tell her a story about years ago when they were drunk and Cross was still with Ivy. He says that Cross was thinking about ending things with her, and when Xavier asked why, Cross said, quote, because she's not the girl of my dreams. The girl of my dreams loves daisies, and follows up by saying, I think he meant you, Darlington. And
he doesn't even know the code names. I think that's
I know.
So
he doesn't
cute.
even get it. He's just like, he's making all these connections. He is on another level making all these connections without having all the information. It's incredible. I love that for him.
Is he a deep dive reader?
Is he wearing a tinfoil hat? Do we need to send him a sticker? They continue walking, and Xavier continues to not listen to her. My favorite quote in this, or favorite line in this entire chapter, was when Wren said, right after Xavier almost got sucked into quicksand, she tells him, now walk slow, stay behind me, pay attention to your footing, and don't touch anything. And then the next line says, literally 20 seconds later, he touches something. And I just, so real. It was funny. The humor was great. It was so real and relatable.
I specifically remember reading that line as well and thought I might mention it if you don't, because I really loved that. It was so relatable. Yeah.
7 painstaking hours later, they reach the clearing and finally see some light. They go to the small hut that Uncle Jim had built years ago, and Wren is instantly overcome with emotions. She sees Jim in every piece of this place, and memories are both joyous and painful knowing that he's gone. Xavier goes to get some firewood while Wren looks through everything that they had left there. She starts to catalog all the supplies they have, and when she comes across a bag containing a note to her in Jim's handwriting, a note that she has never read. Right as she's about to open it, Xavier comes back, and she realizes that she can't read it in front of him if she doesn't want to have to tell him everything that it says. So reluctantly, she puts it away to wait. They talk about how long it might take to get to the other side. She's like, one time Jim left me alone for 16 hours, so like it could take 8 hours there, 8 hours back. She's not sure. And then they also decide that they're gonna sleep there for a few hours before heading out. Once Xavier goes to bed, she pulls out the envelope to read Jim's letter, but we don't freaking get to know what it says other than, if you're reading this, I'm probably dead, and pay attention because there's some things you need to know. And it sent me to another stratosphere that it doesn't tell us what, like, because we get her reactions being like, what? No, but we don't know like what she's reacting to.
Her smile fades. She crumples the note. She throws it in the fire. Yes. I was like, I have to wait until the next book is released. Are you joshing me?
Absolutely joshing. It was insane. But we do know that whatever is written in this letter shocked Wren to kingdom come. She's shaking and breathing erratically. And like you said, when she's done, she crumples it up and throws it into the fire.
All right, friends, we are on our very last chapter of Silver Elite. We hope you have enjoyed deep diving this with us, and it feels so good to finish this book. It's been a long time coming. But chapter 55. After 2 full days of bickering and diving deep, Wren and Xavier make it to the other side as fast friends. The view they walk out to is lovely. A tranquil oasis with a crystal clear river and snow-capped mountainscape. Is this Valaris?
Is this
Wren blinks.
Ellie? I kid you not. I was like, that is Ramiel. That is the Sidra. This is Valaris.
Yeah. Love that. Wren links with Adrienne, who is undoubtedly impressed, but also Wren forgets to mention that Xavier's with her.
I was like, sent me. I couldn't. She forgot to mention it earlier. She forgot when she's like, I'm about to enter the Blacklands. She forgets to mention it when she's like, I'm here. I mean, what if you don't know? What if they're sending one extra seat? Like,
exactly.
You can't. And not only that, this is someone that they believe to be a command soldier, like a traitor. Like,
yeah.
Wren,
and they weren't even willing, like, they were barely willing to let you in, Wren, after how much you helped them, made it into Elite, were undercover for so long.
Adrienne is part of the authority, but she had to convince everyone else that, exactly like you said, that Wren was allowed to be here. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, forgets to mention that she brought a whole other human with her. Like, I can't, whatever.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, Adrienne gives them the coordinates for a heli pickup. Wren lets Xavier know that he doesn't need to join the uprising and come with her. And I kind of felt like that was a cop out of like, hey, I forgot to mention you're here. So also you can just go back home.
If you want to just go back to the Blacklands alone, that's fine.
Alone? Yeah. You know
kidding?
how to do it now. So you can make it. Okay. Just another 72 hours in the dark alone. That's crazy. But he says he made Cross a promise and he will not leave her side. The two make it to the pickup spot and the helicopter lands. A woman comes out asking who Xavier is, naturally. But as Wren is answering, she notices one of the pilots and completely stops in her tracks. Surprise, surprise. We know him. We love him, ladies and gentlemen. Presenting Kane as Grayson Blake, hotshot pilot. Insane we called that so early on. Insane that Grayson Blake actually was someone of note in this entire book.
And I'm so proud insane, of us. Specifically that I mentioned Kane is Grayson. That from that one line in that chapter, I was like, that guy never misses. It had to have been a rookie. Like, okay.
So
be more obvious next time.
And so why we the part where you were like, I would love to know why Sutler like called out Cross and Wren. We get to find out now. Not now, but now as in he's alive.
Now we get answers since he's not dead.
Yeah, exactly. His whole mission, Kane's whole mission, going through the program, as in like from beginning to end, the entire thing, the explosion, faking his death, all of it, was just to steal that one plane. That was dumb to me.
Yeah.
Could you believe that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I was just so like ready for answers that I'm kind of just was reading at that point. I'm like, all right.
Wren was just like, why? Like, really? All that for a plane? He was like, it was a good plane. Just like,
it's shiny. Okay. It's got lots of gadgets.
Lots of buttons. Wren is pissed because she literally went to his funeral, but Kane, being Kane, pokes lightly at her and answers in sarcasm and wit. Xavier, however, is big mad because our assumption of like, well, Tyler and Jones, Jones.
Yeah.
Jones?
Noah.
Yeah.
Noah, not Noah, Jones.
Noah, that's what it is. Noah Jones. They're also probably mod. They were not. They were collateral. They actually died. And Xavier puts 2 and 2 together quickly and blames them all for killing Tyler. Xavier is dragged away. What's up?
Well, I was going to say, I'm actually not even fully convinced that Kane is mod after this conversation. I think he's just a part of the uprising. It was never,
probably.
She never asked him, are you mod? She's just like, what are you doing here? So on one hand, I think it'd be cool if he was. On the other hand, I also think it'd be cool if he was just a prime who was like, yeah, no, this is just wrong.
I suppose
what's happening.
I didn't even consider that primes could be part of the uprising, but that would make sense.
Yeah. I think that, no, because her dad was a prime. Remember? Wren's dad. And he was part of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that. Well, okay, so Xavier's mad. He's dragged away, and that's when Cain admits to Wren that it's just collateral damage when it comes to war. Like, that's just what's going to happen. It's the same exact thing he said when she killed Bryce. So, Cain briefs Wren on what she should be expecting. The uprising isn't going to be happy about Xavier, but they're also waging war against the company. She's part of it now. Wren responds saying I don't have another choice. What am I supposed to do? I guess I just have to do it. And she also defends Xavier, saying that the uprising can't just let him rot in prison. His only crime was helping her get out. Cain responds, in a very ominous way, that is not his only crime, but you'll figure that out soon enough.
I know.
What?
Yikes.
Okay. Danny, you've sold me on the next book. Wren pings Cross to let him know that they made it and that she loves him. The path closes and she follows Cain to the helicopter. And that is the end of Wren's POV. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more thing. The last page. We get Jim's letter. Praises.
Thank God. I was like, if I have to wait till the next book, I'm going to lose my marbles.
I know. So basically, the sum of that, what Wren had already read, we've got. But then the secrets that Wren didn't give us in the previous chapter are as follows. Jim tells Wren that her given name... I had to read this letter like 4 times because I honestly did not understand the dynamic of what was happening.
It took a second.
Did you feel like that? Yeah.
I think I read it twice because I was like, it just felt like we were like shifting gears really fast. So I was like, hold on, I have to like reset.
Who was on whose side I was getting... But okay, I think I broke it down. So Jim tells Wren that her given name is Stella Hess. Her mother's... What if it was like Stella Redden? And you're like, you...
Oh my gosh, I think I would have thrown
Leia
up.
Situation.
Yeah.
Well, her given name is Stella Hess. Her mother's name is Marina Serrano, a mod who was executed for concealing her identity from the company. Jim loved her deeply. So you called that one. Nice. But he is not, ladies and gentlemen, he is not the father.
The father, nah.
But he says he loved her deeply despite what she was. And so I'm guessing this means she's a loyalist. Her father's name was Jake Hess. He died in the Sunpost attack, which was a mod retaliation to the bombing of the Vatera Ridge, a bombing her parents coordinated. To the uprising, her parents are known as the Tin Block Traitors, responsible for the loss of countless modified lives. Her mother betrayed her people, and her father helped her do it. Yikes.
I know. I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like reading this, I'm like, I have so many more questions. I almost wish we didn't get the letter now. Like reading it.
Which is heartbreaking because I think we remember that one chapter where Wren was like, okay, what would Jim do? And she kind of came up with this answer. And she goes, but what would my parents do? They'd want me to help others or like help others live their best lives or like save them so that they can save other people. When in reality, ooh, that is maybe not what they would have done.
Also, like, it is probably a good thing, though, that she knows who she is and who her parents are so that she can... Because I'm wondering if the uprising knows that. Like, knows that she is Stella Hess, not Wren Darlington. And, like, I know that they know that she's not Jim's biological kid. But, like, I just want to know how much they know, you know? And... yeah. Because that's going to be very problematic.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Danny, you've sold us on the next book. I think it's safe to say. I did rate this already in Goodreads. Did you show that you finished it?
No, I have not, actually. I think I'd have to give this like a 3.75.
I gave it a 3, a solid 3. And here's what I wrote about it. I have my review pulled up if you care to hear.
Yeah. Please do.
All right. I said, deep dived on the L.A.M.E Book Club podcast. I'm just kidding. I did more. And I said, it was a fun read. However, the romance was lacking. I felt like it was shallow, and the plot twists were not as twisty as I had preferred, which I mentioned multiple times on this episode or this podcast. But it's still a good story. I would recommend it. So that's that. It was good.
Yeah.
I would have done things a little different, but it was good.
Wren was the most problematic part of the whole book for me.
It truly, I think once she erased the scarring just for the sake of erasing it, that lost a star for me. I was really upset by that.
Yeah. I think I'm actually pretty sure that's exactly what you said in the episode when that happened. So you're nothing if not consistent.
I am a consistent person.
Yeah, maybe 3.5, but I mean, like, I still enjoyed it. Like, I've recommended this book to multiple people. It's not bad, but it is certainly not a 5-star read. Like, I definitely had issues with parts of it and stuff, and that's fine. I'm allowed to.
And we have to be honest. We have to be honest. Otherwise, if they're all 5 stars, if everyone's a hero, no one is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. Very syndrome of you.
Very syndrome. But good news, everyone. The next book in this series is anticipated to be later in 2025 or early 2026. So we do not have to wait too long, to get some answers.
Oh, cool. I didn't hear that. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Very much cheers to that. Thank you so much for everyone who has read along with us, who has stuck with us through this book series. We've very much enjoyed it. We are going to be taking a couple weeks off to enjoy summer and to debrief, digest life. I don't know. Just relax a little.
Yeah, I'm going to take a couple weeks off to just digest my life.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Delicate way of putting that.
Not. We will still be having episodes. We have some bonus episodes from Patreon that we're going to be releasing on our main page and channel. So we'll still be coming out with stuff, but just know that it is not going to be like live and in-person stuff. And we will be talking about when we come back what we're going to be doing. We'll be announcing that here shortly as well. So don't fret, but just know that we're people. We work real corporate America jobs, and we have families and lives, and we need to spend some time with them as well. So love you guys, but we're taking a break.
And with that being said, hope you enjoyed Silverly. If you miss us so much, feel free to join Patreon or go back and listen to some of our ACOTAR episodes and the rest. Yeah.
We still will be releasing our Patreon episodes, so we will be there as well. But have a great rest of your week. We will see you in a few more weeks. Hope you enjoy our bonus content and have a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.